Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Monday Live with Pat on Facebook and YouTube. So let me know if you are here, and we'll get started. I have something really fun to show you today. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, there, we're back in the blue. And I never ever know what to expect. Okay, I hope it works. Okay, something I didn't anticipate today with perhaps other people using my internet in my house. So, I hope everything works. Anyway, let me know if you're here. I'm going to get started in just a minute because I have a lot to show, a lot to share, and things going on in my life. Nancy, you're listening, you're multitasking today. I know how that goes. LJ, you're home today and you remembered. Did you have to set your clock too? Okay. I will go ahead and get started. And first off, I want to tell you that, let's see, I will be back live on, let's see, October 10th. So it's going to be a while. Let me think. Let me get my brain going. Thanks, Nancy. Hi, Ellen. Welcome. Yes, October 10th, I will return. There was no opportunity to pre-record anything before I leave for Texas tomorrow, and we're driving. It's been family time, which has just been a blessing for all my family to be here. Some have already gone. My sister and brother-in-law left. My daughter and son-in-law are here, and they drove for a reunion, and I'm driving back with them tomorrow, and we'll be flying back in October. So I will be back again live on the 10th, but there's so much going on. I may be able to post some things on the Facebook group because I am taking a little bit of stamping with me. The gnomes are going to go along with me. So anyway, let me get started. Lots to do. I am going to, what am I going to showcase today? Some DSP, the Gingham Cottage DSP here on page 59 of the mini catalog. It is a great, if you like the buffalo check and all the check things, you're going to love this. It's a big bundle of paper with all of those beautiful colors, real red, blushing bride, pumpkin pie, garden green, mint macaron, and basic black. So I'm going to be using those today. I don't have the stamp set, but I love the paper. So I'm going to show that. And the other thing I'm showing will be this Celebrate with Tags dies. I didn't buy this as a bundle. I may eventually end up getting the stamp set, but I love having the tags. And those are on page 67 if you want to check with your check your mini catalog. So those are the two things in there. And in the annual catalog, I'm going to show the limited edition. It's on page 119. If you don't put a little hallmark on the back of your cards, you should. And this also is our Angel Policy stamp set if you would want to sell any of your cards. But there are other options in here for just adding things to a card. So that's pretty cool too. And one more thing, something that you may have never noticed before, are the basic white 3x3 envelopes to make a little gift card. So it's, again, something that maybe you hadn't seen before. And let's see if I can get down here in the camera. And those are on page 137. So just a quick look through of the catalog of the things that I'm going to show today. Okay. And welcome Francine. And oh, Nancy, you just used that set today. It's great. It's a good option, and I usually sign all the back of my cards, but I don't always put a stamp back there. Sometimes I'll use just a stamp from the stamp set to give it a little continuity from the stamp set that I've used. So that works too. So let's get this up here because somehow I feel like I'm not really in the camera for all that I want to show you today. And welcome, Holly. Good to see you here. Okay. If you read what I was going to show on Facebook, I'm doing a double, what is it? A double pocket fold card. And I've seen lots of ways to do this. And one of my downlines showed this this summer, and I've finally gotten around to doing it enough so that I feel that I can share it with you and make it easy to do. So that's what I'll get started doing. And I'm also using this to make a birthday card for my granddaughter. So that helps too, because that's one of the bonuses that I'll get in Texas with my Marine granddaughter will be home because we share a birthday. So I will get to see her when I'm there too. So it's just celebration over the place when I get back down there. So let's get down right to my desktop and turn that off. There we go. And let me adjust this a little bit more. There we go. All right. So again, if you saw the Facebook link, it said to grab yourself a piece of 8.5 by 11 designer paper. So you need to cut that down from 12 by 12. And again, I'm using the in this case, the black from the, what do I call it? The gingham, okay? Yes, what's the name of that again? Oh my gosh. Tell you on, I'm on brain overload, gals. Gingham Cottage designer paper. And you can use your trimmer, or you can just do some folds on this and use your paper snips. Either way will work. I like to get my score marks done with my paper trimmer. But basically you are going to fold your paper in half both ways. So at 8.5 by 11, I want to score this lengthwise at 4 1/4. Make sure you're using the scoring blade. And then pull this out, pull the arm out, and score it at, 5 1/2. Because that's half of 11. Now, I also want to cut in, and if you're not comfortable using your paper trimmer to cut into that score line, or if you're like me, some of my lines I can't see here very well, or you can use your paper snips. But I'm going to take my paper trimmer and go right to that score line. And I can pretty much see where it is. You don't want to go beyond the score line. So if you're going to try to do this with me, I will slow down at this point and let you get caught up. Okay, so you have your 4 quadrants, and still going to fold it in the center and give this a good crease with the bone folder. And then before I move on with the designer paper, I'm going to show you how to put this together with just a piece of computer paper that I've got written some notes on. I have seen lots of different ways to do this, and I found this to be the easiest. So I'm going to leave this like this for the moment. Then I will do the other folds here because I think it'll be easier to see on the other paper. So right now we have folded in half both ways, nice score and crease, and a fold over. And I like to see this on the left, maybe because I'm left-brained, I don't know, but this is what works for me. So I'm going to set this aside and come back to that in a minute after I show you the same thing on a piece of computer paper. Okay, so this has already been done this way and cut over. So you can pretty much see all my little notes on here. Now I want to take that top left quadrant and fold that all the way to the center point and get a fold there. Okay, top left, and you can just use your finger to kind of help you fold that over to line it up with that center score line and give it a good fold. So I'm going to go through all the steps and show you how it's put together here before I go back and do it on the designer paper. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the right quadrant here. And this is where I like to, you can use a ruler, or I'm going to use my my grid paper here at the 0 point, if you can see that. I'm not sure if I can zoom in a little bit more. Okay, but there's a 0 up here, and I have that lined up with my score line. And I'm going to put my finger over here at the 1 inch, and I want to fold that at 1 inch. Now you can use a ruler and mark that with a pencil so that you can fold it over that way. Okay, again, a good score. So again, this way with a 1 inch gap here. And that's basically what's going to create the pockets that we're going to make here, because it's a double pocket, 2 pockets. All right, now this one's going to stay here. This one's going to stay here. This one is going to fold back. So this is here, this one folds back. And now it all comes together very easily. And at this point, I'm going to say, don't worry about where you're going to add the tape. Just make sure it goes together, and then we'll talk about these tape things that I have marked on here. So now we're going to fold this over. Now you can see, got a pocket here, and this is going to be a pocket. Then this folds over, this bottom part folds over and up. And I'll do that again, because it's going to actually open up. This is like a triple whammy. You've got 3 ways to add a sentiment, a gift card, all the things you want to say to somebody. Okay? So let me do it again. And then we'll go to the other paper. Okay? So we know we've got our folds here and our cut here. Only one. Fold this down. Fold this over so that you can get the 1 inch gap in there, but then you fold it back. fold this over, fold the bottom part over, and fold it up. Then we'll worry about taping it down, and we'll do the taping part on the black piece of paper. This is just good for a little teaching part. But you do now have two pockets here, and by doing this you can probably see where you would want to add adhesive. So we're going to add some under here and along here. Then we kind of have to open it up again to get that back part of where we want to add tape. And then it opens up here. Okay, now before I go on and use the black paper that I've already started with, I want to show you one that I've done with designer paper that you don't want to do. You want to choose a designer paper that doesn't have a direction of any way. And this one, as you can see with the flowers, these flowers go in the right direction, these do not. So you don't want any directional part of your paper. This part was okay, but this one was not. So that's one of the things to consider. And then when I opened this one, it didn't really open the right way either. So check your paper, make sure that what you are going to use will work. Now on this one also, this is going the wrong way, and you can leave this plain like this, or put another piece of, in this case, basic white behind there to give it more stability. So that's an option that I'll talk about. Okay, so if you're with me, I'm going to move on and do the designer paper now. So, and again, this is a little bit stiffer, of course, than dealing with the computer paper. But I'm going to fold this over and line that up with my score line in the center. Give it a finger crease, and then do a good crease forward and back with a bone folder. Okay, so this one's going to go this way. Now I'm lining this up with my center point, or just any place where you see that you've got an inch there. And I'm just using my finger as a guide, my thumb, I guess, to fold that over. You want to make sure that it's straight. And again, give that a good crease. And fold it back so you have a good crease there too. Okay, but now remember, this one is going to go back. Forward, back. And now we're just going to fold this over. And you might want to give it another crease as well, because it gets a little bulky, or can get a little bulky. And then just make this like a little book fold. Fold this over and back. And that's it. So now you have a regular card, which we're going to decorate here in a minute. Two little pockets. And now we need to add some adhesive. Okay. Are we good? All right. So we need to glue this part down here. Wait a minute. We don't need to glue in here. Out here and along here. And I find that tear and tape is the best adhesive to use. And you want to go close to the edge. And I'm going to use scissors on this instead of tearing. And it does tear. And add that along the bottom. Okay, right up to that score line. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. And you can use your snips or my take a pick tool is handy. Okay, so now that's going to fold over. So now it's adhered here and along the bottom. Now we have left to take care of this part. So we want to glue this part here along there and this part here. You don't really need to worry about the flaps. They're not going to go anywhere. So I don't know if you even need to fold those down in any way. If you did, you might want to put a glue dot or something there, but I don't think there's any need to add tear and tape and waste that. So we're just going to go there and there. So here and here. So if you're doing this along with me, or you can come back and look at the replay and follow along with your own piece of computer paper for where you might want to add tape, and just keep that as a template. Okay, so let's add some tape here. I will have to tell you, it's just, I guess my crazy brain, when I first learned this, I had trouble with it. So I played around with it quite a bit yesterday and the day before, and thought there's got to be an easier way to do this. So I may have come up with my own way of teaching it, and now I could probably put one together in my sleep. Well, maybe not, but that's close. And add this here. And here. And fold it up. And there's your card. Now, obviously, this is a lot of stuff in here. So we're going to add some paper here. And I've got 2 pieces. One is optional. Let's get rid of these little pieces of paper. And this one to go inside just has a little bit of an edge around it for your sentiment or message. And this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So I will use some liquid adhesive for this. Okay. Already have glue on me. And then the back is optional if you want to put a piece back there for more stability or whatever. And I chose white, and I probably could have used black back there or even red, because I'm going to add red accents here in a minute. But that's just a full piece back there. So I'm going to leave it off at this point. Depends on your paper if you want to showcase more of the paper. And that's what's nice about this design, is you get to see both sides of your paper, as long as it's all going in the right direction, of course. Okay, so I'm going to leave that off for now. Put that aside. Now let's decorate this little puppy here. Okay, I said I was making this for a birthday card. So I'm using the Hello Ladybug stamp set. I think ladybugs are still around. I'm not quite ready to get into fall and Christmas just yet. Perhaps when I see you again on the 10th of October, I will be ready to get into the new season, because it will officially be fall then. So I'm using Hello Ladybug. And I already have stamped and cut out, because there's no punch for this, the ladybug little leaves or pads that ladybugs land on. So I've got that here. And let's just add some adhesive. These are an easy fussy cut though. So not too hard to cut those out. And this is shaded spruce. Okay, there we go with that. Let's turn that around a little bit. There we go. And then we've got Ladybug Punch. You can see that in the, there we go. See that in the light. And got some black paper here somewhere. So a little strip of basic black, and just pop that in there. And a piece of basic white, scrap of that, to stamp his I guess a ladybug. I always called it ladybug ladybug is a female, but who knows? I'm sure there has to be daddy ladybug somewhere. Okay, so we're going to stamp that there, and what you want to do when you've got these double punches is to make sure that you stamp it in the right direction. Let's get it up in the camera here. Stamp it in the right direction. So I want that to go this way. Okay, I got a good image with that. I guess I misplaced my paper. Oh, there's my paper piercing mat. With photopolymer, you really want to use a paper piercing mat underneath to get a good crisp image, but I pressed on that pretty hard, so that one turned out pretty good. Then I can just slide this in here and punch that out. And add those little wings to this. And I'm going to use a glue dot for that. I'm using all kinds of adhesive today. Some things work well and better for others, and then you go with that. Let's see. If you hear any noise, it's because my family's upstairs and they're walking around on my squeaky floors. So let's add those wings. And then we need dimensionals to add this little guy. So here's another good way to use your paper, or take a pick tool and use that paper piercing tool to just pull those right off of there, especially these little mini ones. And you can just pull those right off of there. And you can also use that tool to get the papers off of your dimensionals as well, if you don't have good fingernails and such to pull those off. All right, so there we go with that little guy right here on his leaves. Now the next part that I want to show you is the celebration tags, which I showed you at the beginning. And, oh, you like that black gingham? Yes, I do. My little prototype is red, which I'll show you in a minute. But again, this is all kinds of tags. This one, I'm not using this one today on this card, but this is what you get when you run that one through your die cutting machine. You get a tag like that. And you can also put, I think something else in there to create a hole or something. But anyway, you could see that in the catalog. But I'm not using that one. This one does not hold a gift card. And I want the one that holds a gift card. And that's this one here, which I've already cut. Show you in a minute. But look at the other things that are here. You've got a good circle, a rectangle, a little banner. What? Oh, now the person's outside mowing. Oh my goodness, it's going to be noisy. Something that might look like snowflakes. We've got candles, a couple hearts, little glove, because there's a glove in the coordinating stamp set that goes with this. Another little banner, a balloon. So this is a great value for all the tags that you get with this that can be used for any season. So let me put those away, and I do already have that cut out. And here is this. See, I think I can put Ladybug away right now. So this has little tabs on the side that you fold in and adhere with a little hole for a ribbon. So I'm just going to add some little bead of liquid glue along here. I did this with the snail adhesive, and it's a little bit too wide, as is the tear and tape. So I'm hoping that just a little bead of liquid glue with the Tombow will make this work too, without oozing out. There we go. And of course you can decorate this if you want to. Give that a minute to adhere. But a gift card does fit down in there. And so does cash, by the way. Cash will fit down there. I guess I can zoom back out again. There we go. So you've got a gift card that fits down in there. And this is a great way to use this wonderful black gingham ribbon that carried over. So glad for that. And you can add a little bow for that, or you can add a bow or just do a little slip knot. Oops, I didn't do that very well here. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Just double that, slip it through the hole, and pull it up through the loop. And that's plenty long, so I can cut that off. Now that can go in one of your pockets. You can go back here, trim that off. I'll put that in this pocket. And then I've already created a little gift card to go in the back of this with one of those 3x3 envelopes. And I had a scrap piece of this. And then I stamped the little flower with "It's a Good Day." So that's going to go in there. Put on a piece of black scrap. And there, that's going in here. So that could be anything. It could be maybe more money. Put a gift card here, more money there. You can do whatever you want. This gives you triple ways to add lots of sentiment and fun to a card. So there we have this, and it still opens, so we can put a sentiment on the inside. And I'm going to stamp "May your greatest wish come true." And that is also from the Ladybug stamp set. And we'll put that in red. When I saw some of the other ways of making this card, there was one that was just a double fold. It did not open like this one does. That's all it was. And then that back part was adhered. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could glue this whole thing together so you don't open it up as another card, with, you know, a way to make more of a sentiment on the inside there. So, you know, that would strictly be optional, that you could fold that and throw that part in there too. But I like the fact that you've got a little triple whammy here. Gift card, cash, another little message, and then also on the inside. And since I'm not putting the, at this point, this optional part back here, I'm going to not put this here for now, but I would definitely put a little tag on the back and put something here. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that. Made with love. Let's do that. And just cut something out so that that goes on the back of the card, even though it's black, and I'm not going to add the that other piece of paper to the back. Let's see, I know what I've got. I've got some circles cut out here. Let's do that. Made with love. I always have little things laying around that I've cut out, didn't use. So there we go. That works. And let's put that on the back of the card. Perfect. Now the sentiments with this Angel Policy stamp set, the limited edition, where you see the Stampin' Up! Logo there, that gives you the option or the opportunity, if you want to sell your projects, that needs to be there for the copyright. But if you wanted to make a card that just said "Made with Love," just omit that or wipe that off, and you could still put that as a sentiment on any card. So there, we've got that on there now. Here we go with this. Open it up. Perfect. Now, this is my prototype and my sample. So we've got red and black and red. So this is my original. This was here. And with this one, I also have this little gift card. Open it up. And the last thing we have to do is to make an envelope for this. So with this designer paper, there was plenty of paper left to create the flap on the envelope. So let's do that. And I think the smaller side looks better than this bigger side. So let's add adhesive to that. And then we're about done. Let's see. Let's add it to the flap of the envelope. And usually this paper that you need for an envelope flap, is about 6 by 2 1/4 or 2 1/2, I believe. 2 3/4. That's probably a little bit too big, but 2 1/2 to 2 3/4 is going to give you plenty of space on there so that you can trim that off with your snips. Everybody loves to get a decorated envelope. I always used to tell people, no naked envelopes. Whether you stamp on it or add some paper to the flap or stamp the flap, it makes it even more special and more loved. There we go. So here is today's card, and here is my little sample card. So I hope you have a great rest of the week. Go out and make some of these cards, and let me know how you do. I hope I did a good job teaching you slow enough so that maybe you can follow along. Go back and check the replay and see what you can do to brighten somebody's day. And you don't even have to put money in there. Just put, a cute little card. So enjoy it, and I'll see you in a few weeks. And I know I'll come back with lots of stories from my trip because we've got places to go and things to do on my way to Texas. And I'll tell you about those when I get back. So thanks again. See you soon. Bye-bye.